vasupradō vasudēvō vasurvasumanā haviḥ.
So, manōjavas tīrthakarō. What does it mean? So, Om manōjavāya namaha, Om tīrthakarāya namaha, Om vasuretāse namaha, Om vasupradāya namaha, Om vasupradāya namaha, vasudevāya namaha, Om vasve namaha, Om vasumanase namaha, Om haviḥ namaha. This is what the namavali will come like. So, manōjavaha. What is manōjavaha? One who is as speed as thought. So, we have discussed this earlier. In our Yaksha Prashna. Yaksha Prashna is the series of dialogues between Yaksha and Yudhishthir, Dharmaraja. When they are in their Vanvas, the last year of Vanvas, they go. Draupadi says, there is one very beautiful flower, you have to get it for me. They all try to enter the water. So Yama, who is the father of Dharmaraja, basically he tells that he comes as a Yaksha to basically test. And when he does the testing for everything, he asks, one of the questions asks, what is the fastest thing in the world? So Yudhishthira, he immediately says it is thought. Now we are sitting here, we think of the sun. It is so many light years away. Physically, it will take us, at least 300 years to travel to the sun. At the speed of light, it takes 4 minutes. But we are instantly over there at the sun. We think about Jupiter, we will be in Jupiter. We think about the planet Alpha Centauri galaxy, we will be there. So there is no wonder that the speed is so manōjavas. Who is the fastest? Who is having that is what is called Bhagavan, right? So one who is having the speed, like that speed of mind, that is. So people ask, Javaha, we have not heard. We have not heard a word called Javaha. Where does Javaha come? In Sanskrit, Javaha comes from Jang, that is Gatau, right? Gatau is to go. So Jang is Javaha, basically becomes manōjavaha, that is who is as fast or as swift as thought itself. So Bhattar commentary, Sri Bhattar says he is called manōjavaha because he is faster than thought. In what aspect? He says, basically in implementing all the acts which are described in the previous namas to purify a devotee. So Sri Bhattar's commentary, if you read, he basically gives support from Bhagavad Gita as well as the Vishnu Dharma also. Right? He basically says a thing. What does he say? Shipram bhavati dharmatma satsvat santim nighachati kaunteya parajitandhi name bhakta prashanyati. That is what he says. The devotee who is only dedicated to me becomes righteous, becomes truthful, becomes correct, and he obtains everlasting peace. So Arjuna, oh Arjuna, I know that my devotee will never perish. What will not perish? He will never let go of his hand. In Vishnu Dharma also there is one thing. Sapta janakritam papam swalpam vayavadi vabahu Vishnora vinasya prarambha deva vinashyati. That is, you may have done lot of things in the last 7 births. They may be few or they may be many, but they are all destroyed. Why? When the moment of Bhagavan, the person begins to place his foot in the temple of Mahavishnu. Right? So, in Gajendra Moksham, so basically what happens? Bhagavan, what is the story of Gajendra Moksham? Who can tell?
And the crocodile caught Gajendra, is it that, brother? Sairam?
Yes,
Correct. And then he called out for Vishnu.
Yes. And he immediately came, right? So he did not say, oh, my crown is there, I have to, do makeup, I have to put my uttariyam, I have to put my garment, etc., right? So Bhagavan was not willing. In none of these photos, you see that Bhagavan is, sort of coming on Garuda, etc. It is like he is there up in the sky and immediately he is, extremely speed. So also what it says is when we have attained, get rid of all our vasanas, it is like it will happen in a second when the time comes. So it is like extreme speed in removing all the vasanas, and therefore we'll get moksha, right? So, there is another interpretation which says that because of Mahalakshmi's, I think it is in the Tiruvai, that is, if because of the proximity of Mahalakshmi, that is, Mahalakshmi is always close. So we'll have we will snap our fingers like this. It says that it takes the time for snap of our fingers to remove all our sins from the previous births. Okay. Sri Shankara Bhagavad Pada has a different interpretation. So he basically gives quote from Ishavasya Upanishad, right, to describe the speed. What does he say? Anejadekam manaso javyo naindeva apnuvan purvam arshata taddah avatvonyan atyetish tat tasmin apo matarisva dadhati. That is, even though Bhagavan is sitting in his home. Where is the home? He is in a Shira Sagra. But God is swifter than mine, and he can all the others running at a very fast speed. That is, he says there is no comparison between Bhagavan and people who are following the physical laws of nature of space and time. That is what Sri Shankara says. So Radhakrishna Shastri or Chinmayananda Mission, they have a very good idea about this thing. They say time, place, things, etc. They can obstruct one speed. Bhagavan's thing is what is time? Is Bhagavan limited by past, present, or future? That is the Kala. No, he is beyond time. So does he say that, we say that distance? What is distance? Bhagavan is already present everywhere. First word of Vishnu Sahasra is Vishwam Vishnur tīrthakarō. Vishnu is what? He is omnipresent. He is present everywhere. Right? So he is already present. So there is no constraint of space, time. There is no constraint of Kala. So because he is, because of this thing, he is a controller of everything. So nothing can. If I am the controller of something, can something obstruct me? No. So there is no Vastu issue also. So this is what Shloka Upanishad also declares. So practically what we should think about it. See that. Let us say that Ramakrishna Paramahamsa said with respect to directions. Let us say from this point you are moving towards the east side. Now, moment you start moving towards the easterly direction, it is very clear that you are going more and more further away from your house, which is in the west direction. Similarly, when we think about Bhagavan, always, Satatam, always we will start to move away. The mind will surely, but slowly start to move away from material attachments, worldly attachments. Till we get rid of worldly and material attachments, our grasp of Bhagavan or Bhagavan's grasp of us, both sides will not come. The moment our sort of worldly attachments go, then Bhagavan will clasp us like a powerful magnet and pull us towards him. This manōjavas, tīrthakarā. Who is tīrthakarā? What is tīrtha? Okay, so tīrthakarā. So it is something very interesting. Who can tell what is the meaning of word tīrtha? A very silent crowd today.
Sarah, it's, I think, tīrtham normally, the holy water, all a lot of vibrations inside that we can understand. Or sometimes they bathe, they bathe the deity and we can drink that water.
So
Tīrtham.
one of the meaning is tīrthas means it's all the vidyas. Right? All the vidyas what we are having is called tīrtha. Colloquially, we can say tīrtha is water. Colloquially, we can say it's a river. Colloquially, we can say tīrtha is a holy pilgrimage. वो तीर्थ यात्रा पे जा रहा है. That is, he is going on a journey to the तीर्थ यात्रा. That is a colloquial. In Vedic Sanskrit, tīrthakarā means he is a teacher of the tīrthas. Karaha. So what is tīrtha? It means Vidya. So who is the author of Vidyas? Everything it comes from, all Vidya Tantra. Who is the thing? It is Bhagavan himself. Right? So tīrthakarā. Super. Any questions? manōjavas tīrthakarā. Vasupradāḥ. Vasurētā, vasupradāḥ. Vasurētā means, if you look at our Narayaniyam, in 4th Dashakam, there is basically he basically describes how the world was created, right? This more from Advaita philosophy, but the meaning is very clear. So he says that Bhagavan created one golden ball, and that golden ball was within, inside water for 1,000 years. Then it got split into 4 and 14 and became 14 lokas, etc., etc. So Vasuretā also means he whose essence is golden. That is, he is of golden color, right? So beginning of creation, where there was nothing, right? There was nothing. There was just water. There was all water, 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 water. Everywhere it was water. So first when that golden egg came from, a golden egg, what came? Brahma came. Who is Brahma? Who is the creator? Now if you look at, now I'll try to connect it to our Narayana. So Brahma knows he has to create, but he does not have the powers to create. So what does he do? He goes into tapas and he worships Mahavishnu for 1,000 years. Then he gets the power to create. And hence he basically goes ahead and creates the world. That is what Narayana's interpretation is on the golden thing, right? Vasurētā. So when you say Vasurētā, we should remember the story about how the world was created. So who has created, etc. So it is always, we have also seen a Hiranyagarbha Shatrugno. So Hiranyagarbha. So that is Bhagavan, he is sort of the creator of everybody. Therefore, he is called Hiranyagarbha, right? Vasupradāḥ. Vasupradāḥ means what? He is a free giver of wealth. That is, again, we told, right? Vasupradāḥ. What does Vasu mean? It means worldly wealth. It does not mean spiritual wealth. So Vasu means you can have money, you can have property, you can have food, you can have different positions, right? Gold, jewel, etc., etc. Children, right? All these things. Basically, Bhagavan will give, but Sri Lakshmi has to be there. If that money or that thing has to be there with us. Vasupradāḥ. So Vasupradāḥ is the same thing as vasurvasumanā, vasupradō. That is the same thing, whatever we look at the thing. But here, the meaning is different. The previous line, vasupradāḥ, vasu meant the material wealth, material creature comforts. Here it means the spiritual wealth. Here it means that moksha, if you ask for moksha, it is the greatest wealth. And therefore, you will get vasupradāḥ only from Bhagavan. That is the difference between vasupradāḥ and vasupradāḥ in top and bottom. So many people ask why the word is reporting manōjavas, tīrthakarō, vasurētā, vasupradāḥ, vasupradō, vāsudēvō, vasurvasumanā, haviḥ. Right? So 2 times vasupradō comes. Vasudeva. Vasudeva is son of Vasudeva. Who is son of Vasudeva? Lord Krishna. So another interpretation is who is Vasu and Deva. Vasu means Jiva Rupa. That is, he is part of everybody. Deva means one who is enjoying, etc. So another thing is we could interpret this as Lord Krishna. That is who basically he is enjoying in everyone as a Jiva entity in everything. That is also one reason we can look at as a this thing. Okay, good. Any questions so far? We have done only one half of Shloka. Vasudēvō, vasurvasumanā. Before that, we'll take questions. Vasu means vasuvasumanā haviḥ. Vasu means, so let us ask, what is Maya? What is Maya? Can someone tell what is Maya?
Illusion.
Excellent. So who creates this illusion?
Yogamaya.
Yes, and Yogamaya is part of what?
The female, part of the female element.
See, all these things are, physical categorization, what you are doing as male, female, species, etc., etc. End of the day, everything is Parabrahman, everything is one cosmic force, and that cosmic force is Narayana, right? Because we are not able to visualize that person. Suppose I say that Bhagavan is everywhere. He is in front of your mobile. He is there in front, fan above you. He is on the chair and on which you are sitting. The mind cannot grasp it. Therefore, there are a lot of devis and devatas, and it gives us form for us to basically visualize, meditate, and pray on. That is because our human mind is not equipped to handle shunyata. That is, we cannot handle vacuum. Nature, in physics also, we say nature abhors a vacuum. That is, there cannot be a vacuum. Moment there is a vacuum, something will come and try to break the vacuum. Right? This is technically true for Earth. But if you look at the whole space around us, the whole space around us is technically vacuum. I mean, there is no air, there's no oxygen, etc., etc. Between, if you traverse from, you go to 10 kilometers height, that is 10 kilometers is the height of Mount Everest, right? So you want to go to Mount Everest, you have to have 4 base camps, base camp 1, 2, 3, and 4, because the oxygen gets less and less and less. So by the time you go to 10 kilometers, oxygen is 0. You cannot be at that. 10 kilometers is where a flight will fly. And the flight cannot fly, you cannot have oxygen. That is why you have pressurized campus. So the moment you leave Earth, there is all vacuum all around you. So I'm just trying to relate what is there. Vasumana is that is, he is concerned with every object and he is omnipresent. Haviḥ is whoever is doing Homa will know that Haviḥ is that, what we give us in the Homa is something called Haviḥ. And because he is there, he is himself everywhere, all places, all times, right? In which Bhagavad Gita, what does the reference to Havi mean? Can someone tell?
No idea.
So Bhagavan Sri Krishna tells something about offering, right? He says that all offerings which you do are nothing but Brahman, right? Even in the Purusha Sukta, basically we say we are offering nothing, but we are offering Brahman to Brahman himself. We all the Haviḥ, all the sticks, all the things what we are putting into the fire himself is Bhagavan. All these things are permeated by Brahman. So what you are putting Brahman into Brahman. So this is a very sort of, a radical thought in this particular shloka. Any questions so far, please? Any questions, please?
No, brother.
Thank you.